The vet reckons it's just it's a burst tear duct. One out of the 3 times I come down here and there's cattle in this paddock, they've turned this off.
Oh, Maggie, stop it.
The gap's just too small to be able to get your hand in there.
All in the right here. Some of them got it. We just did a few until we ran out of tags. It's the first time I'm actually looking like I'm gonna run out of battery power. Good morning everyone, what's going on today? I'm just down at the share farming block here that we cut this oats from. I've had the cattle on this since I baled it and just been eating all the oats and things that's been coming up, but I'm gonna try and spray it today just because. So if you remember, our original plan was to put some brassica in here straight after the baling, but it was getting a bit late and so we decided not to. So our plan is now to spray fallow it over summer, and then we're gonna speed till it. We'll hire a speed tiller and go over it probably once soonish, and then once again before in the winter time before we sow it into the spring, and probably thinking about going into lucerne. So I think that's what we're going to try and do. Well, we haven't made a definite decision about that, but I would like to put something a bit permanent in here, probably, yeah, like a bit of lucerne or potentially vetch, but I don't think that really grows very well in our area. No one else is really growing it, which is probably a good indication that it doesn't do very well here, but that's also why I want to grow it, why I want to give it a go, because no one else is doing it, just to see how it goes. But yeah, we'll come down and spray this today. I think sun should be coming out, but I'm just going to go check. I'm just checking the cows and bulls down here too. I'm just going to go check the bull paddock to make sure there's still water in there for them. There should be, but if there's not much left, I'll let them into this paddock here. It's got a trough in it up the top here. So hey lads, what's doing? So these two are sold here, and we're going to take that fella. He's just got a little bulge on his eye, if you can see that, and the vet reckons it's a burst tear duct. So there's not a lot we can really do about it, except potentially, well, it's getting bigger now I think, so we might have to drain it, but like he's had that his whole life and it's sort of that big now, so we might just have to keep draining it potentially. But there's, yeah, Laura doesn't really want to sell him, so we'll take him. Dad and I'll take him for our place. That's our fella too, he's been down here. Leased him out to go over the cows down here. He's from Onslow bulls. Hey fellas, they're pretty quiet. Generally I just turn the troughs off when there's no stock in here, because all it's doing is growing algae, so better that they're off. Yeah, so this water's from the river, the Shoalhaven River down here. Just gets pumped up to a tank up there and then gravity fed down to this trough. It would be nice to put some troughs down in those paddocks too, because the dams in them, they're good this year, but they dry up pretty quickly, unfortunately. They're not great dams, probably because it's so flat down here too, in this river flat here. But this is a good little paddock. So that far paddock, it's sort of already in improved pasture, a good phalaris and clover base in there. So if we can do this paddock, we had the oats in this one, and then the next one, sort of do them up year by year into something more permanent, it'll be good. We'll have a pretty good sort of system going here, I think. So that's the plan anyway. These two paddocks will definitely have to be probably speed tilled, not ploughed. Speed tilled does a lot better job, just to even them out a bit. They have been ploughed, but sort of there's a fair few humps, whether the plough wasn't set right or something, but there's a fair few humps in the paddock. So one fellas came through the gate. They were a bit nervous because there's an electric fence there, so they obviously got hit a few times, and now they're a bit nervous about coming through the gate.
One fella's made the plunge. The only thing about these troughs is a lot of the troughs have the tap right in under there, so that the cattle, because a lot of times, like one out of the 3 times I come down here and there's cattle in this paddock, they've turned this off or licked it and turned it off.
Got a bit of Wagga Ag College tape for all you Aggies out there. Does the job. It is actually, I'm actually cold. That's how cold it is today. It's still meant to get to 20 degrees, but Don't know what it is now, but it's sort of windy. We might not be able to spray today either because of the wind, but about 7:30 in the morning. She's licking the paint. What are you doing? Well, change of plans. I think that the winds come up pretty strong here, so I don't know if I'm going to worry about trying to spray that paddock. I should have been out there at 5 o'clock this morning doing it, but so I'm shearing tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. Well, tomorrow, Wednesday, away from farm, but Thursday we're going to shear at home here. So we're just going to bring some ewes back from the other property, 140 of them I think, to shear on Thursday. We're going to do that today, so I'm just waiting for Dad to get back, and I'll take the truck down there and bring them back. Should only be 140, so it should only be a load. Should get them on pretty comfortably. Hey girlie, what are you doing? You think you need more feed, eh? Yes, that's where the pellets come out of. Doesn't mean you need them, eh? No. You like a scratch? What are you doing? She loves a scratch under the chin, eh? Oh, I just come out here, now that things are starting to dry up a bit, it's given us a chance to come and finally fix some of these floodgates. I've done the ones that we sort of could get to easily, but now that's drying up, it just makes it a bit easier to do. So I'll just come out to run this barb, this sight and wire, just see how many steel posts I need while I'm waiting for Dad there. I'll just go back now, he's probably back, and we might head down and move these sheep. What I have been doing is, so obviously it's all good. Very rarely does the water come up here, like very rarely. So it'll be all just normal fence to here, to this spot here, and then keep going normal fence, have a post either side, and then on the bottom wire I'll just hang a bit of hinge joint at the bottom, and that seems to work all right. I think I'll just do like a 6 or 7 strand barbed wire or barb and plain wire fence. It just seems to help the debris seems to get through that a bit better than the hinge joint. Short hinge joint, obviously they're squares, so there's more chance of stuff getting caught in them. But I'll just put that on the bottom wire so sheep and cattle don't wander through there. But that's what I've been doing, and that seems to be working. So, oh Maggie, stop it! Here comes Dad now. Here, Maggie. With all these dogs. Forgotten what I was saying there now. Anyway, Dad's back now, so we'll go and shift those sheep. Come on, Mags, the truck dog from way back. Come on. Here. Another paddock spray fallowed. Going to an annual next, or yeah, this one will go into an annual. That one down the front there that had the brassica in it this year will go into a more permanent pasture. We've got a contractor in to do all this spraying here. There's about 75 hectares sprayed out, or a bit more, probably nearly 80 down here. We just just running out of time. Got him to come in and spray it, local contractor. Had a little 700 litre, 10 metre boom, just, yeah, not quite quick enough. So we're just shearing these longer wool ones to bring them back in line with the short wool ones next year. The reason they were our young ewes and they just got shorn when they were lambs. So to bring them back, they're only hogget, so to bring them back in line, we just got to
shear them now, and then they'll get shorn again in May or so when we shear all the other ones. See these shorter wool ones, they don't need shearing. Hey.
Other ones back to their paddock. So these ones' lambs have been weaned now. They're old enough and they're not getting a lot off their mum anymore, so they're being weaned, and these ewes will go home and be in a holding paddock till Thursday. Just gonna let it pull up and let these dogs have a drink. There's no water over at the yards there, so the yards are a bit old and buggered, but trouble with this property down here is that we don't own it, we lease it, so it's sort of a bit hard to spend a lot of money on, you know, things like yards and that at the moment. Come on, you two. Here, Lucky. Go get a drink. Go get a drink. The idea of going for a drink is to have a spell, but Maggie just does laps around the water. Oh dear. Way too much energy. Have a spell, Maggie. You fool. Choking on water. Doesn't worry her. The gap's just too small to be able to get your hand in there and pull that thing. So just made a little tool to be able to hook it onto. Hey. Yeah, we just left a few of the younger lambs on their mums. But too young to wean. Just gonna go have a bit of lunch and then we'll be back out here. New elders calendar arrived.
Yeah, this is my job. Now it's very good. So we got Velvet on the other line.
So Dad's just going through and drenching them with a tridectin drench. Yeah, so these are last year's drop, but we ran out of tags when we were marking them. So I'm just going to come through and put the right colour tags in their ears now. All in the right ear. Some of them got it. We just did a few until we ran out of tags. So we did all the weathers because they were going to be sold, but the ewes we just earmarked.
It's all feeling good. I got a feeling, it's all feeling good. The sun will show the way, I know the road to take. Throw all our cares away, I don't need to knock on wood. The time is on the side, let's all enjoy the ride. I got a feeling, it's all feeling good.
Just got a bit of water and disinfectant in there to
Helps lube the tagger up and also just keep it nice and clean. So now we're just putting these harnesses on these rams so that we know which ewes they mark. See how many didn't get in lamb. And we just got to make sure they're square at the front, which this fella is. This fella needs to stand up properly. Ready to go out. There's just a few other stud ewes in here that they'll just down the paddock. They're obviously rogues, but they can go out with them too for the minute. Off they go, lads. There you go, girls. New paddock for a couple of days. So yeah, I'm shearing tomorrow and Wednesday away, and then we'll come back here Thursday. Dad's actually away to Wednesday as well, so makes it a bit difficult, but we'll get them done. We've got some first cross lambs. They're sisters, I suppose you'd say. They're younger sisters, so we've got first cross lambs to shear as well as these ones. We'll just see how many we get done.
Feeling this heart won't ever stop. No, don't ever stop. The sun will show the way. I know the road to take. Throw all our cares away. I don't need to knock on wood. When
that might make it a bit easier to walk through. I'm actually gonna, when Dad called in here before, I was gonna put hinge joint on the bottom of it, but then he thought the netting might be better, like chicken netting might be better, because probably stuff was less likely to get caught in that, which he's not wrong, and I think I've said that before. But so I bought a bit of netting out and we'll do it that way, I think. So just run a few steel posts out now, about every 4 steps in this area, because it's sort of a laneway and the sheep run up through that gate there. We want it sort of, the spacings of the steel posts pretty close together, because there'll be a bit of pressure on it when we're bringing big mobs through here. So one here where it starts to go down. We'll also have the fence. So the steel posts will be over this side of the fence, and all the wires will be on that side pushing against the steel post, so that, as I said, when the sheep are coming up, they're pushing on the wire and the post, instead of the post being on that side of the fence and the sheep just pushing on the wire and potentially sort of just busting off the post. So it's another thing I'm doing. Sheep always, I mean, this is a laneway, but if you're doing a fence out in the middle of the paddock, sheep generally push to the west. So around here anyway, or uphill. So you always put the wire on the side that they're most likely to push from. You know, if something spooks them, they'll run uphill or run, you know, that's generally the direction they'll run, if that makes sense. That's what I think Dad's learnt anyway.
when you're right by my side, I can't enjoy the ride. I gotta feel it, it's all feeling good. I gotta feel it, it's all feeling good.
First time I'm actually looking like I'm gonna run out of battery power. I carry 4 batteries around with, or 3 extra ones around with me, and I'm on the 4th one, so I think there's gonna be plenty enough content for this video, but I hope I haven't been talking too much. We'll see. But yeah, I'll just get this done. As I said, I'll just run probably 4 or 5 barbs and a couple of planes in this fence, and then on the bottom one here, I'll put a tie down here, and then on the bottom wire, we'll just run a bit of netting across there. Or maybe it might have to put a couple of rows of netting, but we'll see what it looks like. And then when the water comes down here, the netting will just lift up, hopefully, let everything pass, and then come back down again when the water stops. So that's the idea. I have talked about it before, but for all those new people around,
Max. Tough day, eh? Tough day back at work. Anyway, I'll get this fence done, and that'll be another floodgate finished. Now that's drying up a bit, got to get on top of these things. So anyway guys, hope you enjoyed that, and with that we'll catch you in the next one. Alrighty, thanks, see ya, bye.